Mic check, mic check. I had to make sure I had a microphone on. What's up, everyone? This is Dakisha Williams, your virtual COO. What's up? How are you guys doing? Hi, cousin. What's up, girl? Hey, Angela. What's up, Keisha? So, apparently, this is a good time to go live. I see all my peeps are here. What's up? Inner Circle in the house. I feel like we need to have a reunion or something. Hey, everybody. Okay, so it is Dakisha Williams, your virtual COO. Loving it. Just got to make sure that, all right, so cool. Looks like we are ready to go. Hey Roz, hey Trinette, hey Felicia. I think I saw my cousin. So, oh good, mic check, mic check. So I always love to make sure that my sound is good. So every now and then I tell my secrets. And so this, this is my lavalier, light, my lavalier mic that I always use. I don't know why I have my Bluetooth in my ear. But I love this thing and it really makes the sound. So hopefully it's not messing with you guys right now. So welcome. Like normally guys, I'm totally under the covers. But I have been preparing for the 2-day intensive in Largo, Maryland. And I am for real, I'm excited. And so, if any of you all, most of you all that are kind of on here, you guys kind of been hanging with me for a while. So you know that I have not hosted a live event since 2000. It was August 2000 and yes, and 14. It was August 2014. And so I am overly excited to be able to have our clients, our tribe come and join me in the Largo, Maryland area. Y'all just don't know what I've really been doing to make sure that you guys really get everything that I envision that I want you to get from this 2-day intensive. And it's funny that Keisha, you asked me why did I take a break from them? And number one, I had the first one here in Richmond, Virginia. And it's so funny because I'm really not promoting the event. We have all the people that we really need in the room. So this is by any means no promotion, because actually if I want to promote something, I'm going to promote my book, right? But that's a good question. So why did I get away from events? Number one, Keisha, that's a very good question, because the cost, right? And at that time I was really starting to build my brand. And it was so funny, and I'm going to keep it real for you guys tonight. It was $97, Keisha. It was somebody typed $97. 2014, I charged $97 for one day from 8 to 5. One day I had probably 3 or 4 speakers that came in and did some teaching with. Did that make it darker? There we go. They did some teaching. Yeah, $97. What? You mean $97? And so I provided lunch and everything. And it was one of those things where I was at an event with Suzanne Evans in New York. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to host a live event. I'm going to bring 20 people together in a room. I'm going to host, we had this was at Bull and Bear Club. So it was a very selective, elite establishment, right? Do you know how hard it was to get people to pay $97 to bring them together? We had a marketing expert, we had a sales expert, we had a brand. Oh, wait. That's the same lineup that I have this week. That is crazy. So here we are, 5 years later, same info, not really the same information, same topics, right? $497 minimum price. $497. Check this out. I have to beg anybody to come to my event. I didn't, when I was promoting my $97 event, like I was literally, we're going to talk about that. Maybe I need to like change the whole title of, this broadcast, because this is good. I'm glad that y'all are keeping it real. So I didn't have to like, I did like a lot of networking. Like I was going to every single networking event in Richmond. When you introduce yourself, hello, my name is Dakisha Williams of Visions Consulting. And, you know, I'm having an event at the Bull and Bear Club and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? That was my spiel 5 years ago, like real talk. And so, 5 years ago, my fear was not having enough people in the room, right? So I can understand, like, for those of you all that are saying, like, I have a fear, like, type the word fear. And so let's stay right there for a second, because what is it that you are really afraid of? Is it the fact that no one's going to show? Like, what else are you afraid of? Like, that's really good that you said that. So this time around, I've been building my business for 5 years, right? Well, I've been building my business for 7 years, but from the gap of 2014, okay, so low attendance. Okay, so that's what I thought. 9 times out of 10, most people that host an event, it's either no one, hey, Reggie B, no one's going to show, you know, low attendance, no one's going to register. But here is what I learned. Like, I'm so glad that you guys have said this, because, and this is why I talk about build your list, build your tribe, and make money, right? Y'all hear me say that, and I want you to type that. Build your list, build your tribe, and make money. And so that's one of the things that I talk about is building your tribe. And so when you build your tribe, and you got to understand that your tribe is a group of individuals that are going to show up for you regardless. Like, if you go live, they're there. If you have a training, they're there. If you have a webinar, they are there. If you have an event, guess what? Those are the first individuals that are going to show up to your event. So think about it. Like, we've been building the inner circle, right? It started with the inner circle, and I launched the inner circle with 10 women. And at this point, I think I still maybe have like 3 or 4 that, right, yes, your OGs. Like, I still got 3 or 4 of the original 10 that still rock with me no matter what, because the price is not going to change and they're going to have access to Dakisha. So, and we're going to flip it just a little bit. Like, I don't want a 200 person, 250 person conference. Like, yo, like, my anxiety kicks in, like, in high gear. Like, y'all know, like, my anxiety is already on a level like 99. And you talk about putting another 100, 200 people in a room. Are you serious right now? Like, no. So here is what I did. And I'll just share with you kind of what I did. So this was an exclusive event for clients only. And you know what? I actually had a conversation with a young lady that's here in Richmond, Virginia. And so one of the things, that's my boo. My boo says she's still rocking with Dakisha. See what I'm saying? Trinette is one of my OGs from where I originally launched my inner circle. My inner circle is $97 a month, and I never promote it. Isn't that crazy? I never promote it. But anyway, so what I did this time around, like, some of the inner circle members, some of my students from WSB, they've been like, Dakisha, We want to be in your presence. We want to be in your space. We want to learn from you. Like, we see you on a camera, but there is nothing like that. I don't want to say touchy-feely, but for real, y'all know I'm always behind a computer. So like when I go out, like I'm really like touchy-feely, like seriously. Like, ooh, they exist. Are you saying that my media is bad? All right, so hopefully you guys can hear. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me know a 1 if my sound is good. Hey, Roz. So yeah, so that's actually how this event came about, and it really was a request of my clients. Isn't that crazy? And so they spoke, and I listened, and so here we are, 2 days, 72 hours. Like, I hit the road on Thursday. Okay, good. I hit the road on Thursday, and hey, Amani, and we are going to have an intensive. When I say intensive, no more than 15 to 20 people in the room at a given time. And I love it because not only do they get access to me, they get access to my super friends, but they get access to my team. And anyone who's worked with me, you guys know that, you know, we pretty much have a full-fledged team. And the goal is, hey, D Bowden, what's up? The goal is by the time they walk away from this event, they are literally going to have their six-figure, 5-figure, 4-figure, whatever figure, because everybody's goals are different. Like, everybody is not desiring to be a 6-figure entrepreneur. It's cool with me. Like, some people just want to make $3,000 a month. Some people want to make $5,000 a month. And I'm with you, right? My goal is to help you get there. So when they leave on June 1st, like June 1st, like say that loud, June 1st, when they leave June 1st, they're literally going to have a 6-month plan. And if you know anything about, you know, how we do launches in my brand, we do 4 launches a year, like 4 big launches a year. We do open enrollment and some other things, but we do 4 launches a year. And so with that being said, they're going to have enough for 2 cycles, right? For 2 cycles. So June, 3 months, and then I believe October is the last cycle for this year, right? And so we're gonna literally for 2 days. If you've ever heard me talk about the pillars, and the pillars are actually up here, they've never changed. I teach the same methodology, and I want you guys to take notes on this, okay? And it's the Profit Blueprint, trademark, everything. The Profit Blueprint. This is literally how I've been able to build my business. The Profit Blueprint is literally designed to build the business so that you can build your tribe, build your list, and make money online. And for those of you all that are new to me, you guys know that when I started, my son was 5, my daughter was 11. And so I wasn't in a position where I could travel. So they're like 13 and 19 now. So I'm like, deuces, mommy's going out of town. Y'all got food. I'm hosting an event. Holla if you hear me, right? So I'm out of here. So with that being said, I can do the live events, but everyone is not in that position. You think about it. You have your 9-to-5 people that still have a job, and they're parallelpreneurs. So they're trying to build, hey, Candace, they're trying to build their business and let the job be in the investor, right? And so that brings us to the whole product launch aspect. Like, how many of you under the sound of my voice, you really have an idea or you have a concept that you want to launch in your business? Like, some of you are under the sound of my voice, and you're trying to launch the program, and it's just not, for the sake of, like, the shit is just not going your way. Like, I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna keep it real tonight, right? And trust and believe that I've had a launch or two where it totally bombed, like, bummer, and I felt some kind of way. And you know, everything happens for a reason. And so it was a transformational and turning point for me. Like, yeah, the webinar queen, she screwed up on a webinar before. The product launch expert, like, she bummed her product launch. But if you think about it, it makes you better. And so it made me document my process. It made me document my process so I don't make the same mistakes again. Because listen, you can only mess up one time, but you can't make the same mistake twice. You can make another mistake, But I'll be doggone if you make the same mistake twice. All right. So let me ask you something. What's stopping you from launching your program that you have inside of you? Now, some of you you're I don't know, like you just think that people are going to know that you have a coaching program or that you have a product and like that they're just going to automatically show up. There's levels to actually launching. And some people don't necessarily like the launch model. Some people like to keep their open registration. And I think that works for different programs. Fear is coming up a lot right now. Like, please RSVP. Fear. So what are you afraid of? Nobody will register? Like, that's good though. So here's the thing, like, for an example, and I'll share with you, like, I mean, I have no problem. Like, that's what we come on live for, is to share information. So here's what the number one mistake that people make. And I'm going to share with you the phases of a profitable product launch. Is that okay with you guys? And then there's a product launch checklist that you can opt into and get a copy of the checklist that we use to make sure that when we launch, we have our stuff together. And I actually teach like a week by week. Remember, I don't know if you guys are just joining on, but when I do my launches, I do them in a 12-week cycle. So every week 1, there's certain activities. Week 2, there's certain activities. Week 3. So for you guys that are going to be at the event this weekend, hey, Arthur Philip Berrien, welcome. Hey, Cuzzy. So listen, so there's a couple of phases of product launches. And so we have a checklist so that we can make sure that we have everything that we need. And so I think I saw Felicia Dorch. And here is what I'm seeing. Like, some of you all are creating the program before you realize that there's a need for it. Let me say that again. Some of you all are creating the program. You're creating the product. Like, you spend 9 weeks developing a curriculum, and you don't even know if your audience is like, they need it. So for those of you all that are on here right now, press a 1 if you're struggling with webinars in your business. I'm gonna prove a point to you, right? And when I say you're struggling with webinars, I don't mean, oh, I'm cool with it, I've done a webinar before. No, it's 2 questions I'm gonna ask you. Are you making money from them, right? Are you converting from them? Are you getting people to register and show up? So are you building your list from them, from the webinar? And number 2, are you making money from the webinar? If you are, I want you to press a 1. And I want to see, press 1 if you are not making money. Let me make sure I clarify that. So you're not making money and you're not building a list. I want you to press 1. I have a book that will be launching next week called Testimonials of One, True Greatness, and I can't see the rest of it. So 1, no, I'm not making money. No, I'm not making money. If you're just jumping on, do me a favor. If you are using webinars in your business, well, if you're not, press a 1. Hey, Kaya. If you're not making money from them, press a 1. And if you're not building a list, press a 1. Like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So here's my point. This goes to show that the Webinar Success Blueprint program is necessary. There was a time where I even asked myself, are people really going to pay me to show them how to use webinars? Like, you can Google, you can go on YouTube, different webinar platforms, and that's cool. That's good. But at the end of the day, there is a strategy that we use to get people to show up, to get people to stay to the end, to follow up with them after the webinar is done, right? And then to make money. And so with one program, we've generated $77,000 specifically starting out with using webinars. It was only in the last maybe 3 to 4 months that we added in speaking engagements to actually enroll people into our program. With the book, I'm looking forward on delivering some words of encouragement. Fantastic. So my question to you is, how can someone work with you in regards to your book? How can someone work with you if they wanted to, maybe work with you on a one-on-one level? Do you have something like that available? So I go back to asking you guys in regards of, okay, you can't make money from a webinar. So there was a time I'm like, people really gonna pay me to help them with webinars? And the answer is hell yeah. We close to $100,000 after one program. So clearly somebody out there that want to know how to use webinars in your business. Like Keisha is the same way. Keisha is a YouTube guru. Like, put your link to your, you said that? Like, put your link to your, I think you have a lead magnet. Like, I mean, I can learn from Keisha. I have absolutely no problem being a student. And I'm going to be learning from Keisha because I'm going to enroll in her program. She don't know it yet. I just told her. But, I mean, you got what, like 15,000 followers? Like, you make 6 figures, 5-figure months from YouTube. Like, who wouldn't pay to learn more about the strategy that you use in your business to grow your list, to make money, and to build your tribe? Like, come on, holla if you hear me, right? So it's the same thing. So what I'm saying to you is, number one, you got to do the research. And so I want you to write that. I was like, who's going to pay me? Man. And I told you, and I've asked you like a million times, where's your program? Where's your program? Where's your program? Because when you post your program, I'm going to be your first student. Like, I mean, you probably got some other people, but straight up, like, I want to know. Like, it's something that I want to know about. Like, it's another space that I want to start to grow and build my tribe. So, number one, you got to do research. You need to know if there is an audience out there for you, for the program that you want to, hey Paulette, that you want to enroll. You can't just sit at home and create content, 6 modules, and upload this content, and you don't even know if there is a need for the content. Like, sometimes we make the mistake that because of the place or the space that we are in, that we automatically assume that people are going to purchase our program just because we are in a specific place. And that's not true. So, number one, you have to do the research. Like, you literally have to get out there, ask questions, have conversations, use polls, like polling. Like, actually, when I went live today, I could have used a poll on one of my lives, right? Use SurveyMonkey to get feedback about the problem that you solve, like to find out if there are enough people that have the problem that you solve. So let's talk about the fear for a second. And if you do the research, right? If you do the research and you've identified that there are people out there that actually have the problem that you solve. For an example, we have someone that's in our tribe that does support for caretakers. Like, how many of you right now that are watching the video, like, I want you to type the word #caretaker if you are currently taking care of a family member. Like, we all know that is draining. It's overwhelming. It is stressful to have to be in a position to take, and I don't mean your kids. Like, I ain't say raising your kids, but literally in a position where you're taking care of a mother, a father who is, who may be in a position where they're not, hey Donna, hey PK, they're not in a position to take care of themselves. So if you're watching live or you're watching the replay and you are actually in the position that you're taking care of a loved one, I want you to do #caretaking. Like, I need my people to see that there's somebody out here that's experiencing the pain that they have the solution for. How many of you under the sound of my voice, hey girl, would love to learn more about YouTube? Like, I want you to type YouTube. If you want to learn more about YouTube, building a tribe, making money with YouTube, type the word YouTube. Like, And I'm saying this for a purpose because this video is going to continue to go on. It's going to be shared on different platforms. People are going to watch the replay, but I'm proving a point here, right? And so we have an audience, and so I can poll the audience. This is research. And so this is research and development in your business. So real quick, I want to go through pretty much the 4 phases of a profitable launch. All right. See, we already got somebody that wants YouTube. And I can actually tag a couple of people that I already know that are caretakers and they watch the video. I can tell you right now. All right. So one of the things too, before I tell you the different product launches. So one of the things that I do is I reach out to those people. So for an example, if you told me today that on this live stream that you are not making money using webinars and you typed a 1, like I'd reach out to you in your inbox, and it's not in a salesy, hey cousin, it's not in a salesy like kind of way. All right, I see Keisha dancing, you see them YouTubes, right? So, but it's not in a salesy way, but it's a matter, and I'm teaching, like it doesn't matter. Like I want to bless somebody, right? But it's not in a salesy way, but it's just in a matter of, so hey Keisha, like I noticed that you participated on my live stream today and you were struggling with YouTube. Like what's the biggest issue that you're having in your business right now with YouTube? What's the biggest issue that you're having right now in your webinar? And I would take the conversation and phrase the conversation just like that. Somebody can use that introduction in your messenger. Don't say I ain't never give you nothing. Holla if you hear me. So I got to keep it moving because my battery just said that it's low. And I still haven't given you the 4 phases of a profitable product launch. All right, so stick with me. So number 1 is the planning phase. The planning phase, it pretty much goes from like week 1 to week 5. And so this is where you're determining, my virtual COO, this is where you're determining what your revenue goals are. And so in our program, we try to get people to aim for $25,000, right? Depending on the price of your program, that's about 30 people enrolling in your program for $25,000, right? So you got to plan it out. Like how much money do I want to make? We also start to look at what platform do you want to use. Typically, I help my students use the webinar platform, but you can speak. That's what I'll be doing this weekend. I'm actually speaking, right? And so you can speak, you can use webinars. We've actually done a telesummit, like a full-fledged telesummit, and I'm thinking about turning that into a program too. Because I don't know if you guys remember the I Am My Priority. We're going to bring that back as well. So that's the planning phase. You got to figure out, where you want to be. Like, where do you see yourself? And then the next one is the promotion phase. And this is, if you think about, when you look at the profit blueprint, which is what I teach my students, it's prospecting, resolution, optimization, focus, ignite, and then the transformation. That's the profit blueprint. Y'all got to write that one down. It's prospecting, finding your audience, resolution, right? That's the problem that you solve. So you have a solution for the problem, right? Optimization, that's really about finding the platform that you want to use, right? Yes. And then there's focus. So getting really crystal clear on your messaging. Messaging is important. And then ignite, that's where you this is the promotion. Like when you set your promotion campaign on fire, like when people see you online, they like, every time I log on, I see you, D, I see you. So that's how you ignite your fire, right? That's how you ignite your promotions campaign. And then the transformation is where the money exchanges. So promotion is everything from old school podcast, blog, showing up on social media. We teach 8 to 12 different ways of how to promote when you are using a webinar platform. All right. Then the third one is the actual launch phase. Like when you are in business, you should always find yourself in one of these 4 phases. Like seriously, like I think I'm in week 2 of my 3rd cycle for this year, if I'm not mistaken. So number 3 is the launch phase. Like when I talk to my students, I need to know, are you in launch, pre-launch, you in planning, promotion? Like where are you in your cycle? Okay. So launch is pretty much when you deliver your webinar. Let's pause right there for a second. That is the reason why I'm so passionate about webinars. Because when you are in the online space, most 90% of people launch an online curriculum using a webinar, hashtag webinar, which is why I know that before you can master the launch, you have to master being successful with the webinars if you want to introduce your business into the online space. All right, I remember my battery was going dead. Okay, so, and then the last piece is the debrief. So this is where we literally, and we have a debrief form that we look at. We look at what worked, what didn't work, what did we change, what variables did we change, you know, did those variables help? Do we need to go back to what worked? So debrief is all about getting your team together or getting with your coach or your virtual COO and really looking at what worked in your product launch or your, you know, the promotion phase. And that's literally the 4 phases. So if you grab the checklist, the checklist will walk you through what's necessary in each of the phases. But I can't end the broadcast without sharing with you my new book. So they were delivered today, you guys. Woo woo! And if you want your own copy of 40 Ways to Generate Revenue in Business, you can go to profitabilityminutesbook.com. That's profitabilityminutesbook.com. See? Hashtag profitability minutes. Your girl is an author and a publisher, and this is your first book. Now, if you're going to be at the event, I just told y'all going to get a copy. Secrets out the bag. But y'all got more gifts coming, so I can tell you. So listen. If you have not gotten your copy, do me a favor, go to profitabilityminutesbook.com, grab your copy, and I can sign it and send it out to you. Also, grab the checklist. And if you guys are are you ready to do your whole product launch? So 12-week cycle, I'm telling you, it is absolutely amazing. The first day that you open your cart, like, it is nerve-wracking until someone actually purchases, especially if you have a small list. If you have a list under 1,000, like, it can be nerve-wracking. Once your list gets to over 2,000 and your people are engaging, that means that you're engaging them on your email list. You know, I'd say anywhere from between 8 to 10% of people sign up on the first day, and another like 8 to 10 sign up on the last day. And so you have that gap of people that register, because we keep our cart open anywhere from 7 to 14 days. Like, y'all better not say I ain't give you all the goods today, right? So, a couple of things that I asked you to do. If you are watching the replay, type hashtag replay. Appreciate you stopping by. And I appreciate you sharing that if this blessed you today. So, thank you, boo. Grab a copy of your book. I'll sign it and send it out. Look at that. I am so super excited. And so, we are going to be doing more trainings like this in the Profit Producers group. So if you go to profitproducermovement.com, knock on the door, we will let you in. I am going to be shifting a lot more training in my group. So profitproducermovement.com. I think it's without the S. Profitproducermovement.com. All right. So this is Zakisha Williams, your virtual COO. Be passionate, be purposeful, but more importantly, be profitable. And I'll see you guys on the other side.